Hi everybody, welcome to Angie Blog. So I'm getting ready to post all the, one second. Okay, sorry. To post all the readings that I just did on TED Talk, and I'm gonna continue the continuation here, but I gotta be obedient, I gotta be. Okay, so first message that Holy Spirit wants you guys to remember. That what's happening right now, what you're seeing outside of yourself, it has nothing to, it's usually sometimes it could be a projection of yourself, but also it's like the deep healing that needs to go within, that you need to do within. Okay, others of you, you're gonna have a lot of people who don't want to take accountability and responsibility for their actions, and they're gonna feel some type of way towards you who do that. Okay, this is something that is like foreign to them because they haven't done the healing and stuff like that. On the other hand, you have, which is why you have compassion and you have understanding towards them. Meaning though, he said that you do need to forgive, okay, and build that. And a lot of you are okay with asking for redemption every single day. You're not perfect, and that's also how another way where you build humility within yourself, you build empathy, and also you have that deeper connection with God. Others of you, I'm hearing like Holy Spirit wants you to be honest in every type of way. So let's say when you're doing that type of redemption or anything like that, or you asking for redemption, this is something that he's saying, like, just be raw and honest, okay? Because I feel like they're trying to teach you how to be raw and honest with other people by starting with yourself, okay? Also, if you're trying to build authenticity and stuff like that, then this is something that you have to be able to be okay with, being vulnerable within yourself and the Most High who created you, right? And don't be afraid to speak up of the things that you're not really, the dark shadows or things that right now is being illuminated, and it's been like a closet kind of open, but that's only, the Most High that is able to do that and have compassion and forgiveness towards you. So that's what he's saying, that even through your hardship and things that you've gone through, and things that you're now taking accountability and responsibility, he's saying to give yourself some grace as well. But also don't think that because he's forgiven you or all the things that are going well for you, don't look down on others, okay? Don't take that as like a kind of like a boost, so like, oh, I'm doing better than everybody. Look, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm healing. Because there's a lot of people like that. This is what he's saying. Don't encourage a spiritual ego, because that's not okay. Others of you, he's saying to watch out who people advising you certain things. You have to be careful with that. You have to use spiritual discernment, okay? What was the other one that he was saying today? John 2:23. No one who denies the Son has the Father. Whoever acknowledges the Son has the Father also. Okay? So it's something that he's trying to remind you, that as long as you remember that in order to get to God, you have to speak up with the Son first. Okay? This is why you have to build that relationship with his Son, right? He's our brother or father or, everything in between. Also, he's the one who's teaching us about compassion, forgiveness. He did all of that he did so that we can understand that everything is about love. He's trying to build love again for all of us, okay? And right now, when you operate in that love space, high consciousness, high vibrational energy, you're going to have a lot of people hating on you, envying you, putting you in some type of box, which you cannot put God in a box, okay? This is why when you watch Tower and stuff like that, like, he won't tell you everything. That's what he's saying. That's why I told you guys, when you read readings and stuff like that, or see readings, you have to talk to him, because some of those messages won't be for you, but you're gonna think that it's for you. The enemy is gonna use this to trick you, right? Esoteric is not this thing that a lot of people think that it's not what you think it is. It's actually, it's a tool so that he can give you certain codes and messages specifically for you. That's why a lot of you, that's why I say take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It's because some of the messages will be for you. Others, it won't, but it will be for somebody else. Do you understand? You can't put God in a box. Just remember that, okay? And that too, he's trying to heal us, a lot of us, and a lot of things have been revealed to you so you guys know what's going on, okay? Okay? I feel like a lot of you, it's like, oh, there's so much going on. I understand, trust me. It's very heavy energy, but God wouldn't put you here if you weren't able to overcome this, wouldn't he? It's okay. being a good person, having integrity. And I feel like a lot of you also, it's like now you have people like kind of like trying to remind you of your past, if you were like promiscuous or a player or something like that, and now you're not, and people are like, no way you're not, no way, right? So a lot of you are fighting not only your past, but also people who are trying to keep you in the past, even though you're trying to change anyways. That's what God is saying. That's what he's working through you. Change. It's okay to change and grow. Those people are stuck there because that's what it is. They're just going to be stuck there, and they're not meant to be going where you're going, okay? Is that it, Holy Spirit? I feel like that's what it is. Oh, yes, that too. Because you're choosing yourself, because you're using integrity, he's saying that your body is your temple. So when you take care of your temple, you're taking care of yourself, right? You're taking care of not leaking your energy, building stability within yourself, having that inner peace within yourself without needing this external validation and stuff like that. So for a lot of people, this will be kind of foreign, right? If you're connected to a lot of people, a lot of toxic people, a lot of people who are manipulative, who are energy vampires of you and stuff like that, when you start taking your power back, when you start standing up to them and saying no, watch their reaction. And that will tell you everything, okay? People who are meant to be with you, who are conscious and healthy in every possible way, are okay with no, are okay with boundaries. They actually encourage you to have that, and also encourage you to follow your dreams, to continue doing your thing, and that will change. They find that is beautiful, and it's transformative, and it's amazing, and it's inspiring. Those are the kind of people that you want to be surrounded with, okay? Those who are not really, and I don't know, there's just a lot of energies and a lot of emotional manipulators, so you have to be careful with that too, because there's people who pretend. I don't even want to go there, but I'm just saying, like, watch out for people who pretend to do the work, because that's happening, and it's kind of scary in a way. It's actually, I like better when people are like not they refuse to change, they refuse to do the healing, than people who pretend to do the healing and change. And that's what, oh my God, we gotta pray for them. Like, I pray for them and I send them love and grace and stuff like that, but it's like you just know that it's just a face that they're doing, but behind the scenes they're doing other stuff. They're lying or manipulating, or they have some type of jealousy and envious or something like that. Like, you can pick it up, right? Other people that want you to be jealous of them and envious of them, but when you're not, they get rowdy and mad. You need to watch out for that energy. You need to watch out for that energy, okay? Another thing is that something, it was curious to me last night. I felt, do you ever feel like when you're sleeping, like something is like pulling you from the foot, from the ground? I don't know. This is for very specific of you, but he asked me to put it out there. And it was interesting because this is the same entity that I encountered when I was a child, and it was sent to me to torture me, especially whenever I did something that person didn't like. And then all of a sudden in my dreams, I will see the same entity, the same thing too. And it was just weird. I was like, why do I? And then that's why it encouraged me to pray. And whenever I would pray, the entity would leave. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this or don't want to believe it. Just because it doesn't happen to you doesn't mean it doesn't, okay? But some of you who are enlightened, you know what I'm talking, and awakened, maybe since you're a kid, but that has been silent to you. And as soon as you broke away from these people, everything started coming clear, right? This is who I'm speaking to. So it's interesting that the same entity, I felt it when I was sleeping, and I was just like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. So I was like, okay. And then I felt it like, it was kind of like pulling from the root. And it's like, I knew this entity because this is the same entity they have been used when I was a child to either steal energy, steal ideas or anything, or try to block my blessings or creativity or anything like that, or my gifts. So this is people who already knew. Some of you is that you're experiencing that there's people who already knew since you're a child that you're gifted, and then they collaborated with other people, or they did something behind the scenes to keep it in the low, or to steal that energy to keep it from themselves. Yes, there's energy harvesting people who do this. So what I'm trying to say is that, first of all, don't speak to the entity. Okay, start praying right away when you feel this. But the thing is that this entity is trying to block or disrupt your root chakra. So a lot of divine feminine, if you have this dream or you felt this energy, it's all of just get up and pray, okay? And also you got to teach your spirit how to pray in the spiritual realm, okay? Because you cannot talk to this entity. But it was interesting that I recognized this entity. I recognized it. I was like, wow, it's the same one. And I think it saw me, it recognized me. And then as soon as I got up, it like, I felt it like, whoop. So they're using old tactics. That's basically what Holy Spirit wants me to let you guys know. Anything that they're doing new hasn't worked yet. So they're going back to the old tricks to see if it works. But that also is their downfall and their demises. Okay, so you guys continue praying, continue being a high vibration. And that's it. When you don't operate in that low vibration, those things can't get to you unless you give the power to. That's why they're scared of you. Okay, so it's just interesting. And that too is like another thing that also helped. It was like, I don't know if my daughter felt it somehow because she sleeps next to me. But during that time when I was praying and then after I went back, and I still felt their energy because they kept coming to, kept trying, right? My daughter kind of like scraped her foot in my foot, and right away it was just like whoop, gone. And I was like, wow. And that's how you know also, guys, that your children, when they're anointed, there's little things that, little signs that you know that, you know, you need to protect your kids. And also that too, that healing that you're doing, if you're a parent and you're awakened, you need to remember that that healing is a blessing for your children. I talk about that in my podcast 50, I think it's 54 and 55. So go ahead, it will be in the description below so you can listen to it after. But all I'm going to say is that, no, you're not crazy. These are things that happen. All you got to do is believe and have faith that God got you, because I'm telling you right now, He does. Okay? Especially when you pray, when you work on yourself, when you're doing the healing and you're being patient and forgiving and compassionate, and you also stand up for yourself, have boundaries and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, He don't want you to be like completely like, oh, you know, no. This working of the divine mass and divine feminine within yourself to be that Empress energy high priestess, you gotta work one-on-one with Him. That's why I don't know any other people who say that, anyways, that's who you're going to have. A lot of people who you want to be in that certain community, could be spiritual community or something like that. They're going to feel some type of way towards you because you're different. Maybe they have work, a lot of things, you know, to connect with God and stuff like that. It takes them a long time, and you is like this, right? So they don't get it that all of us are collectively united, that we're a family, that we're all together, not separated. So them too also have some type of way. So be careful with that, because those people might say things or derail you from certain things that God already told you specifically that you must be going and doing, you know. But yeah, these people are going to, even though they're for you, you think they're for you, but they're not. Okay, they're gonna build some type of confusion in your mind. They don't unconsciously know that they're doing it, or they could be doing consciously. But either way, you need to use spiritual discernment. They're your teachers as well. Okay, so whatever you're feeling, trust that intuition, because God is trying to show you some type of lesson there. Okay. But other than that, there's nothing to be afraid of, okay? The same thing. Continue your praying, continue your meditation, staying in your place, doing your moon bath. That too, I made the mistake that I fell asleep. I was so tired. I was so tired. My kids are amazing. You know, I love to play with my kids and be with my kids. And I was doing their homework and stuff like that. And I forgot to do my moon bath. So you see, I'm being honest here. I do my moon bath on a regular basis and I forgot. See, you cannot. Me, I can. This is something that God is teaching me. You can withstand that sometimes, but you have to be consistent with your self discipline and spiritual disciplines. Okay, that too. The reason why I was able to just crashly feel it and recognize it in a way, it was because I'm constantly praying. I'm constantly, you know, connected. But if I wasn't praying, if I was in a low vibration and I didn't do my moon bath, also, I feel it like there's different people trying to do with, but they're not successful. That's the saddest part. And I honestly, may God have blessed your soul. You know what I'm saying? May God have mercy on your soul. Okay? Because exactly what you're doing to block or jeopardize on me or anybody of my community is going to be 10 times worse for you. And I feel bad for you. I forgive you. Because you definitely don't know what you're doing. And the enemy is tricking all of y'all, making you think that you, an ant, can be bigger than God. No. Anyways, good luck with everything. I hope this message reached whoever needs to hear it. Some of you need this confirmation. Just continue doing what you're doing, okay? And don't skip your moon baths, especially on moon cycles, okay? And it's interesting that it happened, but I was just like, okay, so it was also a warning for me, and someone from you don't, for you too, And that too is like, it could be people that have been doing this for many years, and there was that window that was open for a little bit for them. And that was it. So if you leave anything open or anything that could compromise you, this is why having that consistency, self-discipline in your spiritual practices is important, okay? Especially during this time, okay? But again, I don't recommend people who haven't connected with God and haven't, to skip those, okay? I'm telling you, it's kind of like telling people, hey, don't do this at home, kind of thing. When people do crazy acrobats and stuff like that, and they tell you don't do this at home, this is kind of what I'm saying. If you don't have the mental stamina or the spiritual strength, okay, because some of you are in different spiritual realm ranking, but because of my ranking, this is why I'm able to, they cannot touch me or nothing. But others of you, if you're just starting, you can't skip this, okay? I'm telling you, it will affect you somehow, somewhere. As long as you stay in a high vibration, stay in that love, but we're not perfect, right? And if we're just building that relationship with Christ, this is why the enemy will attack you even more, okay? Me, it was because it kind of knew that I was gonna be too tired. Whatever. It still lost though. I defeated that entity and went back to wherever it came from. So good luck whoever sent it. I love you guys. Make sure you stay clean up, pray up, positive vibes up, and do what you gotta do, okay? I love you. See you next time.